biology faculty. Today we are going to study about the nervous tissue. In yesterday's lecture we have studied about the how control and coordination is essential in the living things, and how that system for control and coordination is developed in the different forms of the animals. In this we are going to study about the nervous tissue. Here nervous tissue, it is originated from the ectoderm, and it has two types of the cells. First is the nerve cell and second is the neuroglia cells. Nerve cells are also called as the neurons. These nerve cells, that actual cells which carry out the function of the nervous tissue, that is excitability and the conductivity. Nerve cells are the longest cells of our body. म्हणजे काय तर नर्वस टिश्यू मध्ये दोन प्रकारच्या सेल असणार आहेत. एक असणार आहे की नर्व सेल असणार आहे, दुसरी असणार आहे की न्यूरोग्लिया सेल्स असणार आहेत. आणि ऍक्च्युअल नर्वस सिस्टीमचं जे फंक्शन आहे म्हणजे कंट्रोल अँड कोऑर्डिनेशन ते कोण कॅरी करणार आहे तर नर्व सेल्स कॅरी करणार आहेत. आणि ह्या नर्व सेल्स आहेत त्या आपल्या शरीरातल्या सगळ्यात लॉंगेस्ट म्हणजे सगळ्यात लांब सेल असणार आहेत. त्या कंडक्टिव्हिटी, एक्साइटेबिलिटी आणि कंडक्टिव्हिटी त्यांची प्रॉपर्टी असेल. नेक्स्ट सेकंड टाइप ऑफ द सेल इज द न्यूरोग्लियल सेल्स. Neuroglial cells, actually these cells are supportive cells, means they do not conduct the nerve impulse but only supports the nerve cell to carry out their functions. Then what are the functions of the neuroglial cells? First is they may be the phagocytic cell. They may secrete the neurotransmitters. म्हणजे नर्व इम्पल्स कंडक्शन करण्यासाठी ज्या केमिकल्सची गरज असते त्याला आपण न्यूरोट्रान्समीटर म्हणतो, आणि ते सिक्रेशन करायचं काम सुद्धा न्यूरोग्लियल सेल्स आहे. ते these neuroglial cells they insulate the neuron, means they covers the nerve cells as well as they protect the nerve cells, and last they form the blood brain barrier for the nerve cells, means a special protection is given to the nerve cells by the blood brain barrier, means any substance when passes towards the nerve cell it should pass through the neuroglial cells, and that is called as the blood brain barrier, and it is formed from the neuroglial cells. म्हणजे काय जर कुठलाही सबस्टन्स आहे जो ब्लड मधून नर्व सेल कडे जात असेल तर तो न्यूरोग्लियल सेललाच पास करून जातो आणि त्याला आपण ब्लड ब्रेन बॅरियर असं म्हणतो, and that gives special protection to the nerve cells. So in case of the nervous tissue there are the two types of the cells. First nerve cell and second neuroglial cells. Nerve cells are cells which actually carry out the conduction of the nerve impulse. Neuroglial cells are supportive cells. They support nerve cells. They carry out phagocytosis of non-useful substances in the nervous tissue. Next they secrete the neurotransmitters. They insulate and protect the neuron, and they forms the blood-brain barrier. Now we are going to study detailed structure of the nerve cell. Here in this diagram we can see the structure of a neuron or the nerve cell. In 11th we have studied this structure of the neuron. The neuron structure of the neuron is specially divided into two large parts, that is first is the cyton and second is the axon. First part which is called as the cyton, it has the cell body, and that cell body has centrally placed large nucleus as well as the neuroplasm is there, and in that neuroplasm neurofibrils and Nissl granules are there. Neurofibrils are essential for conduction of the nerve impulse. These Nissl granules, they are found from the RNA, and they are involved in the secretory activities. Next, this cell body or the cyton have the different processes. म्हणजे या सेल बॉडी पासून वेगवेगळ्या ब्रांचेस बाहेर पडतात. त्यातल्या ज्या छोट्या ब्रांचेस आहेत, the small processes arising from the cyton, they are called as the dendrons. Then the branches of the dendron are called as the dendrites. Now a elongated and longer process arising from the cyton is called as the axon. So cell body or the cyton has two types of the processes. First, short processes are called as the dendrons, and a long process is called as the axon. Now here axon, it arises from the axon hillock. It is small enlarged part, and from this axon arises. Axon, it is a longer process arising from the cytosol, which is covered by the axoplasm. Which is covered by the axolemma, and it has the axoplasm. This axoplasm lacks the nasal granules. म्हणजे एक्झोप्लाझम मध्ये मात्र निझल्स ग्रॅन्युल असणार नाहीत. जे निझल्स ग्रॅन्युल न्यूरोप्लाझम मध्ये आहेत, सेल बॉडी मध्ये आहेत, ते निझल ग्रॅन्युल ह्या एक्झोप्लाझम मध्ये असणार नाहीत. त्याचबरोबर गॉल्गी बॉडीज, दे आर ऑल्सो ॲब्सेंट इन द एक्झोप्लाझम. Now in this cell, in this neuron, we can see that this axon is covered by a sheath. That sheath is called as the myelin sheath. And that myelin sheath, it is formed up from the Schwann cells. Here we can see the pink colored nucleus of the Schwann cells. And this myelin sheath insulates this axon. Now, when axon enters in muscles, or when it connects with the another neuron, then it forms the telodendrons. Telodendrons ends in the knob-like structures which have the neurotransmitters which can conduct the impulse to the next neuron. So this is the structure of neuron. Single neuron मध्ये आता आपण काय काय शिकलो ना, त्याचे मेन दोन पार्ट पडणार आहेत. पहिला पार्ट आहे तो सायटॉन, दुसरा पार्ट आहे तो ॲक्झॉन. सायटॉन म्हणजे सेल बॉडी, सेल बॉडीच्या सेंटरला न्यूक्लियस असणार आहे. न्यूक्लियस मध्ये न्यूरोप्लाझम आहे, निझल्स ग्रॅन्युल आहेत, न्यूरोफायब्रिल्स असणार आहेत. त्याच्यानंतर ह्या सायटॉनला दोन प्रकारच्या ब्रांचेस आहेत. ज्या शॉर्ट ब्रांचेस आहेत त्याला आपण काय म्हणलं, डेंड्रॉन, आणि इलॉंगेटेड ब्रांच आहे त्याला काय म्हणलं, ॲक्झॉन. ॲक्झॉन कुठून अराइज झाली? इट अराइज फ्रॉम द axon hillock. Then axon has the membrane called as the axolemma, and the cytoplasm inside the axon is called as the axoplasm. And axoplasm lacks the nasal granule and the Golgi bodies. Now axon ends in the telodendrons, and telodendron has the knob-like structures which secretes the neurotransmitter which passes the impulse to the next neuron. Next, this neuron, it is polarized in nature, means direction of conduction of nerve impulse. It is from dendron to the cell body or cyton and next to the axon. And from axon, this nerve impulse passes to the next neuron. So this neuron shows the polarity, means it can conduct the impulse in specific direction. That is, means this cell body get the nerve impulse by the dendrons, then this cell body gives the impulse to the axon, and that impulse is carried to the next neuron by the axon. म्हणजे ह्या ज्या काही न्यूरॉन्स आहेत त्यांचा नर्व इम्पल्स कंडक्शनचं डायरेक्शन ठरलेले असणार आहे. का तर डेंड्रॉन कडून सेल बॉडी इम्पल्स ऍक्सेप्ट करणार आहे, तो इम्पल्स परत ॲक्झॉनला येणार आहे आणि ॲक्झॉन पुढच्या सेलकडे ट्रान्समिट करणार आहे. सो द कंडक्शन ऑफ direction of conduction of nerve impulse is from dendron to cell body to axon and then to the next neuron. Now here we are going to study about the different types of the nerve cells. According to branches to the cell body, the neurons are divided into unipolar, bipolar and the multipolar. Here unipolar means the neurons have the only single process, then that are called as the unipolar. When neurons have two processes, then that neurons are called as the bipolar. And multipolar neuron is studied here. Yes, there are many branches arise from the cell body. So according to branches arise from the cell body, neurons are divided into three: unipolar, bipolar and the multipolar. Next, again neurons are divided according to their function, that is sensory or afferent, motor or efferent and association neuron. Here sensory neuron, they carries nerve impulse from sense organ to the central nervous system, Next, motor neuron, they carry nerve impulse from the central nervous system to the effector organs. And association neuron, they carry out that association neurons that are present in the CNS, and they coordinate between sensory neuron and the motor neuron. Now, next point about the myelinated neuron and the non-myelinated neuron. When nerve fiber or the axon of the neuron is covered by myelin sheath, means in this case we can see the axon is covered by the myelin sheath. Such type of the nerves are called as the myelinated nerves, or such type of the neuron is called as a myelinated neuron. This type of the neurons, they are present in the vertebrates. Next type, it is non-myelinated neuron. If myelin sheath is absent, if this myelin sheath is absent on the axon, then that type of the neurons are called as the non-myelinated neurons. Non-myelinated neurons are present in invertebrate as well as in vertebrate. In case of ALS, nerves are non-myelinated. So, what is the difference between myelinated and non-myelinated? In myelinated, myelin sheath is there. In non-myelinated, myelin sheath is absent. Myelinated neurons are present in vertebrates, and non-myelinated neurons are present in invertebrates as well as in ANS of vertebrates. The neurons are non-myelinated. In last part we have studied the nervous tissue. It is formed up from the two types of the cells. First, nerve cell, second is the neuroglial cells. Nerve cells are important cells in the nervous tissue. They carry out the conduction of nerve impulse and function of the control and coordination. But second type of the cells are the neuroglial cells. As we have studied, they are the supportive cells. They are phagocytic cells. They forms the blood and brain barrier as well as they forms the myelin sheath. Here, different examples of the neuroglial cells we are going to study. First, in CNS, means in central nervous system, four types of neuroglial cells are there. First, oligodendrites. First type of the neuroglial cell is the oligodendrites. Oligodendrite cells, they are the last cells having the many branches. These are the branch cells, and function of it is it secretes the myelin sheath. So, oligodendrite cells secrete myelin sheath. We have studied what is the myelin sheath. Myelin sheath means cover of the axon, that is called as the myelin sheath, and myelin sheath is secreted by oligodendrites. Second type of the neuroglial cells in CNS is microglia or brain macrophages. These cells are small sized. Few branches are there as compared to oligodendrites. These microglial cells are small sized and they possess the few branches. And they are phagocytic in nature. Phagocytic means they engulf the debris in the nervous tissue and destroy it. So, microglial cells are brain macrophages that are the phagocytic cells. Third type of the cell is astrocyte. Astrocyte, they are the star-shaped cells. That cells are the star-shaped cells, and they are essential or they involved in secretion of neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters means these are the chemical which can transmit the nerve impulse from one cell to the next cell. Second, they form the blood-brain barrier. As we have studied earlier, blood-brain barrier means any substance which passes to the nerve cell, it has to pass across that astrocytes. Means it forms the blood-brain barrier. Means these cells, astrocytes, as forming blood-brain barrier, they give special protection to the nerve cell. Means if any toxic substance is there in the blood, then it do not allow to pass to the nerve cell. म्हणजे काय तर ह्या astrocyte cell त्या nerve cell ला special protection देतात. कशाने? by forming the blood brain barrier. म्हणजे काय तर ब्लड मधून जाणारा कुठलाही सबस्टन्स nerve cell पर्यंत पोहोचायच्या आधी तो ह्या सेल मधून पास होणार आहे. त्यामुळे जर कुठला टॉक्सिक सबस्टन्स असेल तर तो पुढे पास व्हायला अलाउ केला जाणार नाही. सो astrocytes provide the blood brain barrier. Next, they regulate the action of neurotransmitters. Now, fourth type of neuroglial cell is the ependymal cells. Ependymal cells, they are present on inner lining of the ventricles of the brain and inner lining of the central canal of the spinal cord. Then what are the ventricles? Ventricles means cavities inside the brain, and central canal means it is a canal present inside the spinal cord. म्हणजे ब्रेन मध्ये असलेल्या पोकळ्या ज्या आहेत त्यांना आपण व्हेंट्रिकल म्हणतो व स्पायनल कॉर्ड मध्ये आपली पोकळी जी आहे त्याला सेंट्रल कॅनल म्हणतात. त्या व्हेंट्रिकल्स आणि सेंट्रल कॅनलच्या आतला लेअर आहे तो कुणाचा तयार झाला आहे? एपेंडायमल सेलचा. आणि त्या एपेंडायमल सेलचं काम काय बघा? दे सिक्रेट द cerebrospinal fluid. Cerebrospinal fluid, the fluid which provide the nutrition or oxygen to the brain, that is called as the cerebrospinal fluid, and that is secreted by the ependymal cells. Actually, that cells are like the squamous epithelium, which lines the ventricles and the central canal, and so ependymal cell secretes the CSF. Now, these are the neuroglial cells in CNS. These are the 4 types. Oligodendrites secrete the myelin sheath. Microglia, brain macrophages, they are phagocytic in nature. Astrocytes, they secrete the neurotransmitter, forms blood-brain barrier, and ependymal cells secrete the CSF. Now, in CNS, 2 types of neuroglial cells are there. First, Schwann cells. Schwann cells, as we studied in this structure of the neuron, they produce the myelin sheath around the axon. Second is the satellite cells. These satellite cells are the supportive cells. They support to the nerves. So these are the neuroglial cells present in the PNS, that is Schwann cells and the satellite cells. Schwann cells, they are abundant in number. म्हणजे काय तर जास्त संख्येने असलेले सेल्स कुठले असणार आहेत? श्वान सेल्स असणार आहेत. सो दिस इज अबाउट द न्यूरोग्लियल सेल्स. Neuroglial cells, supportive cells, 4 types present in the CNS and 2 types present in the PNS. PNS means peripheral nervous system. In last part of the lecture, we have studied about the neurons and type of the neuron. Now in this part, we are going to study how nerves are formed. Here, in this diagram, you can see that this is the first neuron and this is the second neuron. The first neuron and second neuron, they get in connection or they are in connection, and this connection between these 2 neurons, it is called as the synapse. Thus first neuron get connected to the second neuron by the synapse. Now this second neuron get in contact with the third neuron by again synapse. Thus first neuron attaches to the second attaches to the third. Thus nerve formation takes place from the different nerve cells. Here in last part we have studied this axon. It is covered by the myelin sheath. Then such nerves togetherly forms a bundle, and that bundle get covered by the epineurium. Then all the bundles of this then they get covered by the perineurium, and many bundles get attached or get collected together. They are called as the epineurium. So this is the nerve, formation of the nerve. Now we are going to study about the different properties of the nerve fibers. Different properties of the nerve fibers. First property of the nerve fiber is the excitability or the irritability. Then what is the excitability or the irritability? The nerve fiber, it gets activated by the stimulus. That is called as the excitability or the irritability. Means nerve fibers, they get activated by the stimulus. That is the excitability. Second property is the conductivity. Conductivity means this excitation or the activation, it is carried to the further part of the nerve. It is called as the conductivity. म्हणजे एका पार्ट कडून दुसऱ्या पार्ट कडे तो एक्साइटेशन कॅरी करू शकतो नर्व. That is called as the conductivity. Next is the third point is the stimulus. What is the stimulus? It is any detectable change in physical, chemical or electrical which occurred in the external environment. That is called as the stimulus. What is the stimulus? It is any detectable physical, chemical or the electrical change in the external environment, that is the stimulus. Now, stimulus, in that stimulus, first point is the threshold stimulus. Threshold stimulus means what? The stimulus can only be effective when it has get to the certain intensity. Up to that, it do not get activated, that nerve do not get activated. That type of the stimulus is called as the threshold stimulus. Then, if intensity of the stimulus is low than that threshold, it is called as the subliminal stimulus or weak stimulus. That weak stimulus do not have any effect on the nerve fiber. Now, next is the supraliminal stimulus. Here, intensity of the stimulus is increased. So it is called as the supraliminal stimulus. Though intensity of the stimulus is increased, but its effect is like the threshold stimulus. बघा, आता स्टिम्युलस म्हणजे काय आपण बघतोय तर it is any change, physical, chemical or the electrical change in the external environment. But to make effect on the nerve fibers, that stimulus have certain intensity. And that is called as the threshold stimulus. If that intensity is less, then it is called as the subliminal, and if intensity is high, then it is called as the supraliminal. But the supraliminal effect is same as that of the threshold stimulus. But the subliminal stimulus do not have any effect on the nerve fiber. So this is about the stimulus. Now, next, fourth property of the nerve fiber, it is the summation effect. Summation effect means many weak stimuli are given in the quick succession, then the effect can be made on the nerve fibers. म्हणजे काय, जर एक वीक स्टिम्युला एक सारखे जर नर्वला स्टिम्युलस करत असतील, एक्साइट करत असतील, तर त्यांचा इफेक्ट दिसतो. इथं आपण काय बघितलं की वीक स्टिम्युलस असेल तर त्याचा नर्ववर इफेक्ट होत नाही. पण असे वीक स्टिम्युला कंटिन्युअसली वीक सक्सेशन मध्ये जर असतील तर त्यांचा इफेक्ट दिसतो. दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज द समेशन इफेक्ट. नेक्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ द नर्व फायबर इज द all or none. Fifth property is all or none. Means nerve impulse, that nerve fiber either conduct the impulse or not at all. Not at all means एकतर तो nerve impulse nerve fiber conduct करणार आहे किंवा करणार नाही. म्हणजे अर्ध्यापर्यंत गेला किंवा थोडा जास्त गेला, कमी गेला वगैरे असं असणार नाही. एकतर nerve impulse conduct केला जाणार आहे किंवा नाही केला जाणार आहे. So that property is called as the all or none. Now, next property. Sixth property is the refractory period. Refractory period means what? In this period, the nerve fails to respond to the second impulse. म्हणजे nerve मधून फर्स्ट इम्पल्स पास होतोय, त्याला जर समजा सेकंड इम्पल्स इथं अराइव्ह झाला, तर त्या सेकंड इम्पल्सला nerve respond करणार नाही. That is called as the refractory period. Next is the synaptic delay. What do you mean by the synaptic delay? It is time required to cross the synapse. That is called as the synaptic delay. It is due to the secretion of the neurotransmitter. म्हणजे एका न्यूरॉन पासून दुसऱ्या न्यूरॉन पर्यंत नर्व इम्पल्स जात असताना जो सिनॅप्स आहे तो क्रॉस करण्यासाठीचा जो वेळ असतो त्याला आपण काय म्हणतात? सिनॅप्टिक डिले. The time is very less. It may be 0.3 to 0.5 milliseconds only. Now, next is the synaptic fatigue. What do you mean by the synaptic fatigue? It is halt taken by the nerve because of the exhaustion of the neurotransmitters. म्हणजे काय? कंटिन्युअस सतत एकच इम्पल्स जर नर्व मधून पास होत असेल तर काही ठराविक वेळासाठी त्याच्यात हॉल्ट येणार आहे, थोडासा ते थांबणार आहे. दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज द सिनॅप्टिक फटिग. Now, last point of the property of the nerve fiber, it is the velocity. Here, we have taken the comparative velocity. In previous part, we have studied nerves are of two types: modulated nerves and non-modulated nerves. The velocity of the conduction of nerve impulse, it is higher in modulated nerves than the non-modulated nerves. if we compare the pyklothums and the homeotherms, then velocity of the conduction of nerve impulse, it is higher in homeotherms than the pyklothums. Now again comparison between voluntary nerves and the involuntary nerves. म्हणजेच ऐच्छिक काम करणाऱ्या नर्व्स ज्या असतील त्या किंवा अनैच्छिक काम करणाऱ्या असलेल्या नर्व्स त्यांच्यामध्ये जर कंपॅरिझन केलं तर velocity of the conduction of nerve impulse, it is very high in case of the voluntary nerves. It is about 100 to 200 meters per second. But in case of the involuntary nerves, it is very low. It is about only 10 to 20 meters per second. So these are the properties of the nerve fiber. Again we can revise properties of the nerve fiber. First is the excitability, means nerve get activated because of the stimulus. Second is the conduction. Nerves conduct the excitation. Next is the stimulus. Stimulus means any physical, chemical or the electrical changes in the external environment. And to make the effect, that stimulus should be at the intensity of the threshold stimulus. Next is the summation effect. If weak stimulus is given in the quick succession, then it can produce the summation effect or the addition effect. Next, all of the none means that nerve fiber either it conduct the impulse or not at all. म्हणजे तो एक तर कंडक्ट करणार आहे किंवा नाही करणार आहे. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज द रिफ्रॅक्टरी पिरियड. रिफ्रॅक्टरी पिरियड मीन्स इफ nerve is responding to the first impulse, then it do not respond to the second impulse in that particular time. That is called as the refractory period. Synaptic delay due to the transmission in the synapse. Synaptic fatigue because of the exhaustion of the neurotransmitter. And last is the velocity. Here we are on the comparative velocity of the nerve fibers. So these are the properties of the nerve fibers.